wildfire situation burning in Rio Blanco County has gotten dire. Both the Lee and Elk fires exploded in size yesterday. They're now nearly 60,000 acres in size, or about 93 square miles. They're also creeping dangerously close to the town of Meeker. The governor of Colorado is sending the Colorado National Guard to help. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Jennifer Meckles. The ongoing heat wave, high winds, dry conditions, only making those fires worse. And today's going to be a dangerously hot day for the entire state. It's even led us to issue a weather impact alert. We have coverage of both the heat and the wildfires. Corey Reppenhagen will have the very latest information on the fires and their impact. He is live near Meeker this afternoon. But first, we want to talk about that heat with meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Chris?
Yeah, Jenny. In fact, I was just texting Corey, who you'll see there in just a second ago. Our low temperature since midnight in Denver, 73 degrees. If that holds till midnight, that would be our warmest low temperature in Denver since 1881. So very warm out there. We have that heat advisory covering the entire Denver metro area that goes till 7 p.m. That's also the reason for our weather impact alert. Today, triple digits en route. We are at 96 out at the airport, 95 for us in downtown Denver right now. Mostly sunny skies, just a few breezy late day storms for us. Some of those brief bursts of gusty winds. Otherwise, the story here, it is the heat. 107 along the Highway 50 corridor here along the Arkansas River Basin in southeastern Colorado later on today. So that heat, it is going to be sizzling. There's that weather impact alert that runs until 7 p.m. tonight. High heat. It stays cool, so certainly stay cool for the next few hours and really the next few days. There is some meaningful relief in sight for both the mountains in terms of the fire danger up there and also for the Front Range in terms of those temperatures. Details in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. Now let's turn our attention back to the wildfires. They grew by thousands of acres just yesterday. Corey Reppenhagen is live for us tonight, as close to Meeker as you can get, right, Corey? Because I know there have been pre-evacuation orders and they're really worried about that town.
Yeah, we're only 3 miles to the west of the town of Meeker, and the fire really laid down nicely overnight. Very little fire activity in the overnight hours. When we woke up, there was very little smoke plumes, but now that the sun has been up for a few hours, the winds are starting to kick up. We've had some 25, 27 mile per hour gusts here just a few minutes ago, and we're starting to see the fire reactivate. If you take a look behind me here, there's this ridge that is very close to the town of Meeker. Yesterday's fire activity was very aggressive, running over Highway 13. So it jumped Highway 13 and made it all the way up onto that ridge. And once it got onto that ridge, it was able to make a run to the north, which would take it directly to the town of Meeker. That's when they put those voluntary pre-evacuation notices out. We talked to one resident who he said he believes about half the town did voluntarily evacuate when that first order came down, but he is still here, as many other people that live around here, having some confidence that there is still some fire breaks. Now that the fires jumped Highway 13, there is still some greenery, and I was actually kind of surprised to see how green the south end of the town of Meeker is. There's a lot of small ranch properties that are well irrigated, growing things like hay and alfalfa that are very green. And then we have a 9-hole golf course that the fire burned right up to and stopped right there. And then you have also the White River basin right in front of the town. So it would take a significant plume of fire and embers to make its way into the town of Meeker. So there is some bit of confidence and also some hope from firefighters that they will be able to prevent that, because there's no direct path through those pastures. It would have to be some spot over fires that they think they could get on top of if the winds are not too bad. If it's in the 30 to 35, maybe even 40 mile per hour range, they can manage those spot overs. But today is the critical day for the town of Meeker. And so when the firefighters are on scene here, they say that they become part of the community and they are going to do everything they possibly can to prevent the fire from getting into Meeker.
Seriously, it's impacting our health. It's impacting our lives. It's going to start impacting your patients. I encourage you all to stay patient. We're here for you. We're here. We're a part of this community too. We're as impacted as all of you, but we're here for you.
and we have seen a lot of activity. We've seen a lot of firefighters from the Front Range of Colorado out here helping out. There's a lot of firefighters on scene. We haven't seen any aviation just yet. We saw one helicopter do a scouting surveillance run, but we haven't seen any firefighting from the air just yet. But the fire is very spread out in pockets. The fuels that are burning are pinyon pines, junipers, sagebrush, things like that. So the fire gets very scattered, so there's a lot to pay attention to. And when the winds kick up, that will determine really the whole mood of the rest of the day, to see if those winds can possibly participate with firefighters out here in Meeker. But reporting from Rio Blanco County, I'm meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen for the 9 News Weather Impact Team.
Corey, I like some of the optimism we're hopefully feeling. I'm curious, though, looking at the skies behind you, how is everyone tolerating the smoke in the air? It looks terrible.
Yeah, you know, that resident that we just talked to out here said that that was the reason why many of the residents that did evacuate did decide to leave, because they were quite a bit of elderly and had respiratory issues, and people did not want to deal with the smoke. And that is one of the main reasons, besides the massive run the fire made towards the town yesterday. The fire did give residents plenty of reason to voluntarily evacuate this area.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, stay safe out there, and we'll hope Mother Nature tries to cooperate, even if just a little bit today. Corey Reppenhagen, thanks. Other fires also burning on the western slope you should know about. We've got the Turner Gulch fire in Mesa County. That one's actually been burning northeast of Gateway for almost a month now, since July 10th. It's only halfway contained as of today. We've got some new video, though, posted on the Fire Response Facebook page yesterday, showing that is still a very active fire. It's burned more than 26,000 acres. And before this new one popped up this last week, this one was the biggest fire in the state. Again, it's just been bumped down in size by another fire. The fire that's burned 4,200 acres of the south rim of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, that one's still going too. Fire officials say activity's mainly staying to small pockets and hard to reach areas of the canyon. It has very little risk of spreading further at this point. As of Monday this past week, their last update, officials say they've got it more than halfway contained. Stay with us for more coverage on the Lee and Elk fires. We'll have more on that coming up later today on 9 News. In your other headlines, yet another train derailment now under investigation in the Denver area. Union officials tell us a Union Pacific train went off the tracks last night between I-25 and the South Platte River near Commons Park. As of right now, no injuries reported, but this happened less than half a mile from Tuesday's train derailment, the one that severely injured a rail worker. We're also learning more today about the tech issues that put United Airlines on a ground stop last night. Turns out this was a nationwide issue for the airline, not only affecting Denver, but also Chicago, 2 airports in New York, Houston, and San Francisco. Several reports came in from across the country of the very same technology disruptions, what they're calling it. United Airlines flights last night were delayed from anywhere between an hour and 5 hours. People just stuck on the tarmac. Aviation experts say this issue had to do with the plane's internal systems.
It calculates weight and balance information right after the airplane's been loaded with passengers and fuel and cargo, the accurate data that they need to take off with. And if that doesn't happen, then those pilots can't take off.
Now, according to FlightAware, more than 1,000 flights across the country were delayed because of this tech issue. As many as 300 of those were right here in Denver. It's the final days for a grocery store in Lakewood. Safeway is closing their store on Colfax and Garrison. They said, quote, by Saturday. So unclear what exact day, but by this weekend. The company says this was not an easy decision, but they have to focus on growth and they need their stores to meet financial expectations. A spokesperson for Safeway says the company is hoping to transfer as many employees as they can from that store to other Safeways nearby.